boy.
You're going to sleep.
See you, mate. Well done.
UMAR, AHMED, IFL, CBM, TK Global. Wow, Eddie Hearn, you've got a special talent on your hands.
That's a lovely way to talk about Frank.
Not many people say that.
Nah, phenomenal. Just couldn't have gone any better. You know, I mean, obviously, when you outclass someone like that, it's fine to do it for 12 rounds, but when you knock them out so brutally, it just gets everybody talking. And we are very, very, very lucky to have Devin Haney on the team, because this kid could be the next American superstar.
When you signed him, did you realise you had that?
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't watched him live, but I've watched the majority of his fights. You speak to people in boxing, and you know, the reaction when we signed him was just that. Wow, Hearn's got one here. And you know, sometimes things happen. A little bit of fate. Obviously, Usyk was supposed to be headlining tonight. Devin was going to be co-main event. Usyk got injured. Devin was elevated to main event and just stole the show. Stole the show.
Yeah, from round 1 to what? Round 7 was the stoppage?
Yeah, I mean, look, the guy had a very good fight with Pedraza, who obviously was world champion, went the distance with Lomachenko. I knew he was going to be tough. I didn't expect Devin, if he did stop him, I didn't expect him to stop him like that. People say, oh, does he have the power? I think he's proved that tonight, that he definitely has the power. 20 years old. 20 years old, 22-0, top 5 of every governing body. Just a phenomenal talent. You know, now it's just a case of managing him right, managing the moves right, and just deciding the pace to go at. Because after that, he's ready for a big step up. You know, the WBC have Abdullayev for a final eliminator, and that'll come next, probably in August.
Well, hopefully he gets for Abdullayev, and then he's got the winner of Lomachenko, Luke Campbell.
Exactly, and they're the kind of fights. I mean, all those fights, you know, Lomachenko, Campbell, Mikey Garcia, Gervonta Davis, Teofimo Lopez,
they got a bit of history.
Ryan Garcia. You know, I mean, these are the fights, the super fights that Devin Haney can be in time. You know, certain ones of those he take now, but you know, I think it's about building him. Tonight was great because he got everybody talking. I've seen the response. You know, it's been fantastic, and he's 1,000,000% dedicated. So you haven't got to worry about him. He's going to have 3 weeks off now, and then start camp again. He's had a long camp because obviously he was finishing with his old broadcasters and signing with us. So it's taking a little bit of time, but it's worth the wait.
With Teofimo Lopez, obviously that's going to be a huge American fight, but realistically with him being with ESPN and Devin being with DAZN, that isn't going to happen for a long time.
I don't think that fight will do if one of them's world champion and someone's a mandatory, or they're both world champions. Teofimo Lopez is a great fighter, so's Devin. So, you know, that's a super fight, probably down the road, but who knows, you know. I don't know how long Teofimo Lopez's contract is with Top Rank, and maybe one day he comes with us, I don't know. But right for now, I think we've got 2 outstanding lightweights in Luke Campbell and Devin Haney. You know, really, I mean, that's a great fight as well. They nearly fought for the vacant world title. Actually, they should have been fighting for the vacant world title.
Well, that's what you were saying, weren't you?
Exactly. But, you know, it'll take his time. Like I said, he's 20 years old, so...
Let's talk about the heavyweights. We'll start with Croatian Filip Hrgovic. Greg Corbin, he's supposedly got a chin. He has got a chin,
mate,
but...
Hrgovic is a beast. I mean, he's a big problem for a lot of the heavyweights. And they all know it. Not a lot of people know about Hrgovic yet, but you will do. Corbin's not a world beater, but he's a good, solid heavyweight. Before he got himself slung out against Charles Martin, he wasn't really hurt in a fight. Got hit with everything. Been sparring AJ in the camp. Hrgovic just hit him beautifully to the side of the head, and he was out cold. Hrgovic is going to be a big problem, mate. It's going to be very difficult to find him opponents.
Looks like he's got all the tools, Hrgovic.
Yes. Excellent boxing skills, great amateur pedigree, fast hands, can punch really hard. He's very exciting, and he'll fight anyone. And that's great. As will Michael Hunter, by the way, who had an easier fight tonight, but also beat a guy that a lot of heavyweights have gone the distance with. And he's just very fast, very awkward, very elusive. But I love watching Hunter because he's such a massive disadvantage from the get-go, you know, because he's so small. He's 214 pounds. He has no business really being a heavyweight. He should be a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
But he knows he took a chance and moved up, got a big win. Now all of a sudden, you know, he's in a situation where he's on the verge of a massive fight.
Well, Fabio went the distance with Oscar Rivas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
big statement from
yeah,
Michael.
I mean, Fabio's awkward and horrible to fight, but Hunter just hits you from angles, like with speed, and it's difficult as a heavyweight.
Yeah. He was calling Dylan White's name, Anthony Joshua's name. Who else did he call? There's one more, but yeah.
Oh, Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, great fights. Hey, he's on the verge. I want to put him in a big fight now with a top 15 guy. And if he wins that, then you've got to say he's on the verge of, either fighting a mandatory fight or maybe even getting a shot at Joshua. I don't know, but as long as he keeps winning, that's 3 wins at heavyweight now: Bakole, Ustinov, and Maldonado. Now it's time to go beyond those to the top 10 and try and get a marquee name. I mean, you've got Parker, you've got Povetkin, you've got.
What about Manuel Char?
Char's fighting Trevor Bryan, so it's going to be a bit of a hold up on that one. But any of those guys, he don't care. He'll fight with Usman. Good fight.
McCaskill and Sanchez. War, wasn't it?
Yeah. McCaskill is always in great fights. I mean, you saw her in a great fight with Katie Taylor. You saw her in a great fight to win the world title, and that was a great fight. I thought the judging score was poor. I had her winning by a couple of rounds, but I thought it was harsh on Sanchez. But great fight. She should just keep going there and just try and be undisputed at 140. She's limited. She's not technically the best. She's fucking tough. She don't stop throwing punches. She's a right handful.
Daniel struggled a bit tonight.
He's all right. I just think Daniel's got to just step up now and fight. I think Daniel's going to look a lot better against quality opposition.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Well, that's because I told him that. Fucking says exactly what I tell him. So, I think let's get it right. Daniel is a quality fighter, but he needs to be in with quality fighters because he's just gonna, he's gonna struggle with guys that just come in, try and rough him up, and he's fighting different fights to how he should be fighting, but the way he needs to fight will only come out when he's fighting quality opposition.
Just the one on Hrgovic. Obviously, Sam Jones replied and said it's not really the right time for Joyce Hrgovic. What?
Well, they said they can't get an opponent or no one will fight him.
Well, no, they've got something lined up apparently. I think it's going to be Jennings.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad, Jennings.
No, that's the
10th fight.
It's just like it's not the right time. Why? One's 8-0, one's 8-0. I think they're both 8-0. Yeah.
9-8.
Yeah. It's probably never the right time to fight Filip Hrgovic, to be honest. I'll make Sam Jones right.
What does Anthony say about it?
Look.
Who?
Oh, Devin, look. Sorry?
What, have you spoken to Anthony or Ron McCracken about Filip?
Yeah, I think he's brilliant. Really good. I mean, everybody knows from the amateur setup, quality fighter. And Josh knows, great fighter. And they'll fight one day. Be a great fight. Be a great fight. He needs more experience in the pro game, but he's fucking vicious, mate.
About Chisora, I know David A is obviously managing his career,
We've
but
got a fight lined up for Chisora on July 20. Good fight. For our O2 show.
Top 15?
We'll announce there or thereabouts. Good fight, entertaining fight, 50-50, good character.
Alright.
Yeah. It's going to be a big night, July 20.
At the end, that was my 4th interview in 3 days?
Mate, yeah, you've put it in about. One of them done monster views.
190, I think, the 32
He's over
minutes.
200,000 now.
Oh, is it?
What about Frank the Tank?
I think 10k last time I checked, but that was put out today.
10k?
That was put out today. He'll get out. He's been doing 40s and 50s recently, so.
Okay.
Alright, listen, appreciate the time as I said this week. And roll on New York.
Let's do it, baby.
Come on then.
You're going to sleep.